Hi, I'm not alone anymore. I have Cory. Yay. Welcome back from your Christmas holiday, or your winter holiday.
Everyone? Or just me?
Just everyone. Well, you too. You're included. Today, hold on, before we get to the actual review part, the journey to, actually getting to today's movie was sort of confusing. Because our original plan was to see Lone Survivor with Cory, and then
No, that wasn't the original plan.
it sort of was, and then I asked Matt, who's still gone because he has other personal things to do. He wanted to see her, and I already saw her. I wouldn't mind, and I said I didn't mind seeing her a second time, which I saw that last Monday, so I'm getting that review to you soon-ish. But, so we went to see her, and then Cory was mad because he didn't want to see her.
I wasn't mad. I just prefer I wanted to see the Lone Survivor more than her. I would have been okay with her, but I was kind of pressing for Lone Survivor more.
And then another friend I invited, Brandon, as a belated birthday present. And then he asks, it's do you want to see her? Okay, sure. That sounds I've heard that's pretty good. And then Matt's it. And then Matt came in with his, personal business stuff to do. It's okay, I can go. Okay, no problem. Take care. And then Brandon's okay, do you want to see her or Lone Survivor? I'm what's Lone Survivor? Okay, you have a choice between the sort of wacky, sort of independent romantic comedy, that's one of the best films of the year, or realistic war movie. It's no, Hirsch. And Cory's no. And he was. And then Brandon, last minute, as I was about to leave school, was Brandon's I have to leave. I have also personal business I have to go to. And Cory's
winning.
Cory is the Lone Survivor in this of our life of today.
Yep, of the week.
Yeah,
of the week.
It's you're the Mark Wahlberg to my Eric Bana.
So, if you didn't understand any of that, we went to go see Lone Survivor.
Instead of her.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. So, the plot,
it's based off a real story. It's one of those sensitive type things.
Yeah. I don't think it could get that much more base. Overall, it can't get that much more basic for a military movie.
It's based off his personal memoirs.
Right,
the guy who survived.
Well, I was just gonna say, they get a mission, of course, and not all the time it goes wrong.
Okay, so basically,
this time their position gets compromised, which is crucial to the whole mission, and they kind of get screwed over, fighting for their lives. Again, 4 versus what they say 200.
Yeah.
Something like that.
They probably killed at least 75.
They got close to at least half. For the 4 of them.
Okay, just so I got some more details. So it's based off the true story. Okay, well, I want to add more detail.
I'm not even halfway done. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. It's based off the true story of Operation Red Wings, which I think in the trailers they differentiated from real life by adding a space in between. But you have this 4-man op, all played by Taylor Kish, Ben Foster, Emil Hirsch, and the Lone Survivor himself, Mark Wahlberg, Marky Mark himself. They're all sent in down to kill this one Taliban warlord. But halfway through, they get caught by these Taliban kids, and
they're not really caught. They're just seen. They're seen. So
the kids stumble on them.
So it's completely accidental, but nonetheless their position's compromised.
So. And there's this big scene where they debate between whether or not the morality of killing children is for the sake of the mission versus. And
there was 3 people. There was the older parent guy. There was a small child, probably, how old do you think he was, 11?
Yeah, maybe 12.
Something like that. And then you have the typical teen, almost adult kind of person who apparently hates Americans and...
they all hate him.
Rushing to go tell the guys once they get released.
In slow motion.
Those are the Americans. They're over there.
Yeah,
because that was so slow motion, That's why they
No, because you see, there's a scene where he's hopping down these cliffs.
That wasn't slow motion.
Like at the very end, that last shot.
Maybe the last shot, but for the most part, it was normal or something.
Eh.
But you know, I guess you can make a claim they know the land better and can move around better. But you know, they move like twice as fast as the guys because they catch up to them pretty.
They make
quickly.
that a plot point in the movie.
Yeah.
Because one of the like I guess the rookie of the team, he's like, "Why do they get so freaking fast?" And like he's crying.
Well, also part of the problem was they get backed into cliffs, so.
They're retreating. They can't call their.
They're in the mountainous regions, so the mountains interfere with communications, and they can't get a satellite connection or a radio connection. So
Iridium cell phones return in this movie after seeing them in World War Z, and I'm pretty sure I saw them in the movie this summer or this year. I don't remember, but like the Iridium phones are back, and they're still just as like foreboding as they were in that movie. But anyway,
they actually take like 10 shots before they like sliding on the ground.
Oh yeah, like okay, like I guess like okay, I guess just to get out of the way, I think we both generally like this movie, right?
It's got a good appeal overall.
Like amongst war movies, this is probably on the higher end of them, would you say? At least in terms of like...
This is like the first war movie I've seen. It's also the second R-rated movie I've seen, so... Actually, the third. The first one was about like, you had to beat... The first one I seen, I don't know what it's called, but it was like, you gotta beat... There's these guys that have, like, infinite lives. Like, they don't die of old age. Well, they don't die in general, unless one of the other guys that has the same thing... beheads you, and if you behead one of the guys, you get all their knowledge.
Oh, Highlander.
Yeah. Sure. That's the first one.
No, like also American Hustle was R-rated.
No, I said the first one I watched was Highlander.
I know, but you said you only saw 2 R-rated movies.
Yeah, I said 2. I said this is only the second. Oh wait, no, that is the third.
Yes,
I corrected myself. So, anyways, back on topic.
I guess like this movie loves like the reverence towards the. Have we decided if it was Marines? They say like Marine. It's either between Marines or Navy SEALs.
You say that. I mean, I would like.
They said that they had the Navy
I know, SEALs. I know what they have, but I just like the sound of Special Forces because that kind of seems like this mission at least kind of seems kind of like that.
This movie's directed by Peter Berg, who previously did in terms of movie credits, he did Friday Night Lights, the movie. The Kingdom with Jamie Foxx, which is like also it's more of a, it's not exactly a spy thriller in the Middle East, but it's along those lines, and Battleship.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I wanted to see that.
Really?
Yeah.
It's kind of like it was stupid. It was kind of stupid fun after a while. It just got really stupid. But it sort of kept coming back and forth between being really stupid and being stupid fun.
I don't know.
But like this was his dream project. Like he directed he was willing to make Battleship just to make this movie. He wrote it himself.
And with Battleship, that's kind of how the game works. It's kind of stupid, and then you get a hit, and then it's fun, and then you start missing because you don't know where the ships are anymore, and it gets fun again once you hit the ship.
But back on the subject, the guy's like was like a profound aficionado of the military. He's like, based on just this movie alone, he has a profound respect for him. Respect for the
director.
Yeah.
All right.
You could tell like the movie opens up with a bunch of stock footage of just
the training.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like they show typically who quits and stuff. The training.
The kinds of like physical tasks they have to go through, like
they get to
mile-long jogs.
They get to suffocate underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone loves
soldier
that.
Like their officers like soldiers, and we're gonna teach you something called not breathing, and then and then you just see like 8 guys like underwater, just like tied underwater.
They're not tied to the bottom.
Well, like
they're just legs and hands are tied.
Yeah. And like the movie ends with like a 4-minute long reel of just like dedicated to the real
photographer, photographs of the real people.
Yeah, that goes
and
up from
it says their name, their age, and rank.
Their rank, and has this, and like occasionally like a video of like them.
Well, I mean, it's photographs.
A special
like videos.
like part of a unit they're in, like the Night Suckers. And that shines like that kind of respect and like attention to detail and their craft like shines completely throughout this movie. And like there's only like really 2 major set pieces, even though one is like half an hour long. Like it's the scene you see in the trailer where they have this big standoff on the tree line.
Okay.
Would you call that impressive? It was exhausting.
No,
it was realistic.
You're talking about the very start. Is that what you're talking about, or like toward the middle?
That was like the middle of the tree line fight.
I don't know. You know, they're in the trees. That's all I know.
Yes, it goes to trees, and they have the big shootout, and then each like big shootout is broken up by them falling down like an 8-foot stone cliff, and then breaking like every possible bone in your body.
They didn't break bones.
Well, like
they just kept getting like pounded
by rocks, trees.
It's steep enough where they just keep going and they just keep hitting rocks
until they get hit. Until they get south by branches. This is a really solid like
either they hit a tree dead on, or they land on a big enough rock that is flat, so they can actually stop. Either way, they're getting thrashed around as they fall, and then like almost like 2 minutes later at most, they're getting shot at again.
It's really sad, but like it's a brutal set piece. But
it's brutal. I mean, this guy doesn't believe me that when the support comes, the first attempt at support comes, the RPG does not go in the rocket.
No, I'm not complaining about that. I thought you were talking about how they were making the scene, not how like that.
No, we had this discussion earlier. The RPG went into the rocket.
No, I said
into the copter.
I thought you said about like the actual making of the movie themselves, and like how it happened in the movie.
I don't think they blew up a helicopter.
They didn't.
In real life.
They didn't. Unless
it was by accident, and they just happened to have it on film at the precise angles they wanted to. But what's the likelihood of that?
One of the problems with this movie is that it falls in a lot of like the very cliched war movie tropes, even though it's based off a true story. Like there's the young petty officer who really wants to get in the fight but keeps like getting denied. And the first moment he gets in the fight, he's in the
copter that I'm talking about.
And like he's the first one who's about to like go down the rope. He's like, "I'm happy to go, sir." And then all of a sudden he's like, "Look over there!" And the RPG goes straight into the cockpit.
Honestly, if I were him, I'd just jump out and screw it. But that's just me.
And it's brutal because it hits the cockpit, and then the whole I should know this, but like the whole like the whole crap,
the whole cockpit.
No, like the whole helicopter itself just breaks in half.
Yeah,
and then
the cockpit part broke off,
and then it gets spinning, and then giant explosion. And then the other
as is stereotypical shot down helicopter is.
Yeah. And then the other,
except it's on fire.
And the other helicopter,
like the whole thing.
It has to like retreat and gets like showered by like
the other copter with troops.
Yeah.
And they got
and like and this is like after like 2 of the guys have already died, and the rest of them have already been.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it was because after Taylor Kitsch's character, he had to go ran up the cliff to make the sad call.
Yeah, that's one guy, but I don't think the other guy died yet.
I thought it was what they died about the same time.
No.
But yeah, the
copters came and then they got screwed up, so they left. And then they go, I believe, and then they go to the guy you think is dead, but he's crawling and he's got his pistol.
No, I'm talking about the younger guy, the kid, like one who was like had the radio.
No, the radio guy died.
I know.
I'm
that's
not
what
talking
I'm
about
saying.
him.
That's what I was talking about him.
You said 2 people died.
Yeah, and then like after that,
No, the guy that you thinking is died with the paper with the floor.
Yeah.
No, he's alive. I'm pretty sure he's the guy crawling. Well, they're
No, I thought that was...
because the other 2 guys are still together.
No, but like the one crawling, I thought like because that was
The other
Taylor Kitsch, because like he was standing up for some reason.
The other 2 guys are still. The other 2 guys were still together on the rocks when that happened. And the guy obviously got shot 3 times in the back, upper back, like around here-ish.
That's a very long scene.
And fell down.
In slow motion.
Well, actually, he didn't fall down. He just fell to a sitting position and somehow like that.
Yeah, like he was on his knees and he says...
Yeah, on the rocks in the open. But then I think it was like right at... I think it was the next scene. I think the guy...
It was like...
Because there's only 4, so it had to be that guy. Is crawling, like, pretty much with his pistol out.
Yeah.
And he runs out of bullets, and that's how... And then he gets shot in the head after he runs out of bullets.
No, that's after they get separated from the helicopter.
No, that's not.
Never mind.
Wait, did some guy fall out of the helicopter and live?
No.
Then it's gotta be that guy.
Right. Okay.
It's gotta be.
This movie inspires passion amongst like the American audience. Our theater is packed for this movie. We had this in the very, very front row.
Not that we have a problem with it.
No, actually, like it didn't look that bad in our theater.
You could say we look up to the video.
Yes, you look up to the brave men and women who fought. There were no women in this movie at all.
Well, I mean, they reference, but there's no actors.
Yeah. But yeah, this is like, yeah, we look up to the brave men who fought for the making of this movie, and the men and women who fought in this real operation that inspired this movie. What do you think about the actors who portrayed the men and women who inspired this movie?
About the actors themselves?
Yeah, just the 4-man team.
The 4-man team. What about their acting?
What do you think of it? Because like they didn't have to do much. They didn't like none of them were particularly
They're shooting and
there's a lot of impressive.
They did. I think they did a pretty good job after they fell off the.
There was some impressive sun work. Cause like they just keep falling and falling.
Yeah. I think after they fell off the
and
first...
there's some damn good...
I think they got shot off the first cliff. They didn't get directly shot, they got an RPG.
It's like, okay, there's the explosion behind them, and then there's...
RPG.
And then they jump slow motion off the cliff.
Well, I mean, they kind of just got blasted off, so... Anyways, after that, then the guy starts freaking out. I thought, like, the guys that were freaking out and, like, those scenes where they have those moments, I thought they did a pretty good job with it.
Yeah, because, one guy's freaking out because, he's freaking out at how they're
keep catching up. So
yeah, and, like, half his hand is shot off, like, his
fingers.
Yeah, shot off.
After he was the guy that was trying to make the call when when the engagement first started. And he got shot. Yeah,
and he broke the radio. And then Taylor Kitsch, like he's the commander, he keeps getting shot in the foot and the ass.
Yep.
Ben Foster, he's basically like Barry Pepper and Saving Private Ryan. He's basically like the perfect sniper, except not as cool. He's not as flawless. But I think he had flawless.
No, flawless. Yeah, he's got 100% hit rate.
No, that was Mark Wahlberg. Like, almost every time you see Mark Wahlberg, he's always, like, every time he shoots, it's, like, perfect hit.
He also takes 3 shots. He was the guy that took 3 shots, right?
Mark Wahlberg, yeah.
He'd take 3 shots at a time, not necessarily missing, but he'd just always take 3
But, like,
shots.
every time you see him approach a guy, like, that guy's going down.
Sure.
Like, Mark Wahlberg, like, he's, like, okay, so he's obviously the lone survivor, and he's, like, because he's the biggest name in the cast. And he, like, Mark Wahlberg, he's not, like... the greatest actor, but like, and he's not like a name who's like, I will go see him to see a movie, but when he's there, I'm happy to see him, and he's a charismatic of enough an actress that like, common actress, damn it, Marky Mark. But like, he's a charismatic enough of an actor that like, when he's there, I'm happy he is, and here he does probably some of his better dramatic work, just like selling like how like. The fact that he has survivor's guilt, because like he was the one who wanted to like save to not kill the children.
Yeah.
And they had this great.
Well, he was the one that had to make the decision, and he said, "Let him go."
Yeah.
And then he was the one that got saved by them.
And he's like, that was a great scene. Like after he's like, well, he officially becomes a lone survivor. He gets saved by these other Afghani villagers, and he keeps asking, "Why are you doing this for me? Why are you doing this for me?"
Of course they have no...
Why are you doing this for me? Blow up action scene where they have the final showdown.
Of course they have no idea what they're saying.
Yeah. Knife equals duck. Knife, duck, knife, duck. Okay, no knife.
He wanted it for a bullet to take the bullets out.
Yeah. Like this giant piece of shrapnel from...
I don't think that... that doesn't look pleasant.
This movie, like...
And the kid just watches.
Again, like, it's...
He's just staring.
If you're looking for, like, great, like in terms of, like, craftsmanship and technical stuff, like, there is some fantastic, like, action... Like, the action stuff in this movie is fantastic. Even though the shaky cam it can, like, at least in the very beginning of the movie, from very early on in the movie until, like, a bit in the middle of this, like, it gets really too much. I like the shaky cam. It's like, sorry. But,
I don't know what you're saying. But...
The shaky, like, you didn't think the action was sort of hard to follow?
Well,
sometimes?
The action is you either see a guy get shot, or you're staring at one of the 4 guys who's shooting and then either gets shot, or they just switch to another guy who then shoots, or one of them runs to another guy.
There was some really...
I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you watch it, it looks great.
There were several like great tracking shots where you see like one of the soldiers gets to cover, one another covers them, and then they keep moving back and forth between shooting, coming crier, moving. They're
trying to escape, so you know.
It's actually kind of...
They gotta keep moving.
It feels like very realistic. It feels like these men are professionals, but like as good as they are, they can't like defeat these numbers. And,
well, I mean, 4 against 200. That's and they got superior. I won't say all of them have superior weapons, but they do have more destructive weapons in their hands. They got
not really. They
have RPGs and they got machine guns.
No, that's I thought we're talking about the soldiers.
I'm saying that's what I was saying. Like, not all of them have it, but they got some better weapons on hand. Some of them got a lot more destructive weapons on hand. And I mean, you don't know how many RPGs they got.
Yeah.
Jeez. Why they don't use more smoke? Whatever.
Grenades.
Yeah, smoke grenades. I don't know. Maybe they didn't have it.
There are some scenes in this
like
movie.
2.
There's some shots in this movie that feel like exactly like you could just like see like the Call of Duty or Battlefield 4 overlay over.
I think if anything, it's more Battlefield.
Yeah. I think like the state of games is with Call of Duty and stuff like that. Like we lost the reverence for like the kind of work that soldiers do today.
Yeah. Hey guys, why don't you try go quickscoping in real life, huh? Let's see how that works out.
There's regenerating health. Oh. Imposter.
They do. There is regenerating health, just not to the extent of the games.
Yeah. I don't know. Like again, like the amount of like this punishment. Each of them are shot at least like 5 different times in each different places.
I said 10, but you know.
And but they still keep able to like just walk, being able to just stand up and to walk and to like actually run to like cover.
They don't run necessarily.
They sort of hopscotch.
Something like that.
Mm. It's kind of it's a little bit of a clinical type of movie. It's like it's on like a surface level, like the action and like it's satisfying. There's some like decent, like, weird bits of, like, Marine, like, macho humor in it. And is it like a...
Because he got shot in the leg, like, 4 times. He got shot in the...
And he keeps feeling like my foot.
He got, like, shot on the side. He got shot on both sides, I should say. I think he got shot in the arm.
It's like, my foot!
Yeah. I mean, that's just one guy, and that's not even all the shots, so... I'm sure he probably... I mean, I'm not sure if that was a branch or not, but it kind of looked like enough for a bullet to... It looked like the size of a bullet might be able to pierce his cheek or whatever it was.
Yeah. It's brutal. There's some great, like classic blood and gore type makeup stuff going on. There's a lot of blood, really.
Only when you saw the guy got shot, you may have seen the blood splatter, but there's not gushing blood. So.
It's realistic, and that's the credit of the movie to, like, sort of show it. Even though some of it does fall into a lot of tried action movie / war movie cliches.
Yeah.
It's like at the very beginning of the movie, Taylor Kitsch gets an email from, like, his wife or his sister or something. It's like, here's an idea for a wedding present. A horsey.
Horsey,
love you.
$15,000.
It's an Arabic horsey. Arabian. Arabic.
Alright, so...
And then you have Ben Foster talking to, like, his wife. He's like, love you, bye. Well, like, you can't talk with you for a while. Why, honey? Work. Just paying the bills. Thinking of you. Love you.
You didn't get that right. He said, I can't talk to you for a while.
Okay.
She said, work. And she said,
work.
And then he said, gotta pay the bills.
Okay. But,
overall...
It's a somber movie, but if you're into, like, this kind of war movie, then...
It's one of those inspiring war movies.
Yeah. Not like the best war movie I've seen since, like, Saving Private Ryan. It's like, that's a quote, like, on the trailers. They love to promote it a lot. But it's a pretty good one in its own right.
Yeah, I liked it. I should like it. I should hope I'd like it.
It's damn good. It's like, it's very respectful to the Navy SEALs, but it doesn't, like, condescend to them, like, saying they're absolutely flawless. Because again, it's like one of the arguments.
There's always gonna be fails.
Yeah, there was the argument from Mark Wahlberg's character saying, like, okay, if we kill these children, and someone finds out, that's gonna leak to, like, CNN, and then people are gonna say the Marines are child killers. No,
three options: kill them and
then continue on with the job.
Terminate them and continue. Let them go and
run
up the hill and try and get out of there. And
tie them up and go back up the hill.
Yeah, tie them up and leave and hope they die. Not hope they die, but
like, just like
pretty much leave them out to die.
Yeah.
So
because they won't survive, like, the cold.
They're either gonna get attacked or they're gonna freeze.
Yeah.
So.
I always thought, like, one option, I can just have, like, one of them stay behind to, like, keep an eye on, tie them up, and then have one of them keep an eye out on them, and have, like, the other 3 go on. But I don't. Who am I to, like, complain about, like, protocols or
honestly, if I was like, at least while I could see the soldiers, I would be like that kid and just getting out of there as fast as I can, because I would think that they're just letting us go and then they're just gonna shoot us when we let our guard down.
Well, yeah, Ben Foster didn't make things any easier, because he calls one of the kids, like, hey, you won the lottery. Go.
That was the soldier, yeah.
Yeah. This review got really long. Okay, so it's like,
yeah, because I tried to end it like 5 minutes ago, and then you kept going.
Sorry, but, like, yeah, like this. We like this movie. If you're interested, go check it out. You have some good action stuff. Some nice political, like commentary on, like, from the soldier perspective on war, or, like, some of the more compromises you see. They see.
You see how rough it can get out there.
And, like, the kind of sacrifices they do.
How much training you actually need. And, like, if you're thinking of joining the Army, you better start getting on that.
Think about it.
Well, I mean, it's not that you need to think about it. It's just if you're going to go join the Army, you just need to start. Pretty much start now while it's easier. Because when you get there, it's going to get a lot tougher.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to take a break for a moment, and then we're going to be back with the next installment of Trailer Talks. And if you don't watch Trailer Talks, then we'll be back next week with Jack Ryan. Bye.
Well, at least we hope.
Oh, yeah. So ratings, 1 Medal of Honor short of like the last 5 Call of Duty games. Rating.
I still don't get this.
Bye. Thank you.